A justice speaks up against the Chief Justice.
I'm not after putting her down. I just want to correct what has been done. I cannot stand idly by when the power of the Supreme Court is being undermined.
Supreme Court Associate Justice Teresita de Castro confirming an allegation that Chief Justice Lourdes Sereno issued an order without the en bank's approval.
I called up the clerk of court. Pwede ba makahingi ng resolution yung tungkol dun sa ARCAO na pinag-decide namin noong nakaraan Tuesday? Sabi ni Chief, babaguhin niya yung administrative order niya. Sabi ho niya, ni-ratify niyo daw eh.
And altering a draft temporary restraining order Justice de Castro earlier recommended.
The thing is, she wrote in the TRO that it was upon my written recommendation. That is not true. What I'm saying is that if she wanted to change or if she changed my recommendation, then she should have issued it on her own authority.
Members of the House Justice Committee, Representatives Henry Oaminal and Salvador Doy Leachon, join us live. And later, a revolutionary material that could replace paper and plastics in the future. That's for today's In Focus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. And what could be a turning point in a House Justice Committee hearing, Supreme Court Associate Justice Teresita de Castro speaks at an impeachment hearing against her colleague, Chief Justice Lourdes Sereno. There she explained the violation she claims Sereno committed. Sereno's lawyers, on the other hand, are disputing de Castro's claims. The House panel is still on the process of determining if there is probable cause to impeach the Chief Justice. Let's go straight to the sources of the story. We have Misamis Occidental 2nd District Representative Henry Oaminal and Oriental Mindoro 1st District Representative Doy Leachon. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for being here. The hearings, of course, yesterday, gentlemen, was the testimony of Associate Justice Teresita de Castro. I'm going to start with Congressman Oaminal first. What was the most significant or telling part of the testimony of the Associate Justice?
Well, when Justice de Castro stated the facts on what had happened, that the resolutions, which that November 22 resolutions of the Supreme Court, which on record appears to have ratified the act of Chief Justice Sereno in issuing administrative matter number 175/2012, which designates Justice Ikong as the head of the judiciary, the GDO, right? When, in fact, that was not the consensus of the Supreme Court in bank. And with that revelation, Justice de Castro, having a personal knowledge of that incident in the Supreme Court, that only shows that there was really that deviation, there was really that alleged falsification of that November 22 resolution of the Supreme Court has really some sort of that fraud, as alleged by complainant Gadon. And this was reinforced with the Supreme Court resolution dated January 22. Yeah, that was November 27 resolution, then reinforced by January 24 resolution of the Supreme Court, which in effect, according to Justice de Castro, just to be very courteous with the Chief Justice, just created a needs assessment committee in order to further study
this
Regional Court Administration Office, Region 7.
To those who may be a little bit confused with it, it was a little technical even for me, unless of course you watch it from beginning to end. Yeah. Let's start with the basics, sir. There was a resolution. No, let's start with this. They were invited to the relaunching of an ARCAO. Doon nag-umpisa yun.
Yes.
Nagulat po sila. According to Associate Justice Teresita de Castro, nagulat siya because we were not part of this. But let's go back. Arcao was there before.
Yeah.
It was already, there was an en banc resolution allowing Arcao, but they stopped it because of problems.
Yes.
As early as 2008.
As early as 2008. And then you have the Chief Justice re-establishing it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start from that. What's wrong with that if there was an en banc resolution already in the past?
Well, the per allegation of the Chief Justice, in fact, she showed comparisons via PowerPoint that there was substantial and procedural deviation from the previous resolution. Meaning, one, the sole administration was imposed upon a certain person only. Before it rested with the office of the court administrator. Second, it was more or less permanent. And the court cannot do that.
Only the legislative branch of government
yes,
can do that.
unless there is a valid delegation of that power to create. And she actually changed the actual functions and office of the Arcao, and she made it JDO. The problem there was, actually, it may be technical in a sense, but I am more concerned of how the resolution was effected.
Okay, so let's talk about
that. Because during the time that we were reading the complaint, and one of the annexes was added, or in fact incorporated to the complaint, and there was the letter of Chief Justice Teresita de Castro, and saying, questioning the action of the Chief Justice of the unilateral issuance of the resolution, that the resolution creating the JDO was not actually the consensus of the justices. So meaning, the resolution was actually a different resolution from the fact or from the statements that they had during the deliberation.
En banc session.
En banc session.
Because in the en banc session, ang lumalabas po is that they were going to study it first.
Yeah, it's a study group, and per allegation, it was temporary designation of Justice Jose Perez. But when the resolution was released, it was Justice Ekong who was there. And
so pinalitan. Let's be very direct about it. Pinalitan.
The allegation was tampering. And in fact, that's why...
So an Arcao, ginawang JDO ni Chief Justice, and then put in a different person that was supposed to be Justice Perez, was it? It was supposed to be Justice Perez, okay.
Dinesignate na lang direkta si Justice Ekong. Now, as head of the GDO, with in fact, the previous Supreme Court resolution speaks of an Arcao, not GDO.
Yes.
And as mentioned, that this GDO is now under the office of the Chief Justice, no longer under the office of the court administrator. That was the essence of administrative matter 175.
Okay. Yeah. So pinalitan, basically.
And it...
Well, what advantage will that have with the Chief Justice? That's the other question. Ano ba, what does it benefit the Chief Justice if she creates the GDO?
Number one, she's favoring a colleague. Second,
and she doesn't have the power to do that.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Yeah. Well,
do you agree, Congressman Oaminal? She doesn't have the power to do that.
The power to create new office, she doesn't have. So therefore, the designation of that new office created is also has no basis in law.
Okay. I'm going to put in the reply of the lawyers of the Chief Justice. Medyo mahaba po ito, but it just says this. It is false to say that the Chief Justice acted unilaterally and without knowledge of the court en banc when it issued AO number 175/2012. Precisely, the creation of the said office, its budget, as well as designation of its staff had already been approved and delineated earlier resolutions of the court. How do you respond to that, Congressman?
Yeah. Originally, that was my understanding. So that's why nakita ko hindi vital yung allegation na yan. But with the testimony of Justice De Castro, malinaw na the previous Supreme Court resolution did not speak of GDO. Itong Administrative Matter 175, doon na niya nag-mention ng GDO and designating Justice Ekong. Tapos, in the November 27 resolution of the court, which that was discussed, ang discussion is there were oppositions, no? And there were no dissenting opinion of the opposition. That was the view of Justice De Castro. But ang pinalabas sa November 27 resolution, that the court in bank ratified that AM 175/2012.
Okay.
And I think the most important thing is, even though it is sanctioned by the previous resolutions of the court, we should remember that the resolutions are more or less temporary, depending upon the discretion of the sitting justices.
And bank.
And bank. Meaning, if even that resolution or that office was sanctioned by the previous administration, the new composition of the court can change otherwise. And there was clear, well, per allegation, we have yet to appreciate it because papasok ba siya as culpable violation of the Constitution? Was really falsification present during that time? So, of course, the members of the committee, we are the members of the committee. As of now, we're balancing if it really, it will really fall under the culpable violation of the Constitution.
So before we go on break, it's clear to you, at least this particular allegation of Attorney Gadon about this RCOW and JDO, it's already clear to both gentlemen.
Quite very clear.
Okay, and it's clear what? What is clear to you?
Well,
that she altered it?
Did
she change it?
The statements as alleged in the complaint are more or less, because during that time I was asking Attorney Gadon, don't put here, what are your bases here? Because when we will fight it out, if ever probable cause will be found, we will fight it out before the trial, before the Senate. And we cannot, we have a higher mandate.
Yeah, but the only reason, gentlemen, you found out was because Associate Justice Teresita De Castro showed up. If it was just Attorney Gadon's statement, you would not have found out.
Because statements will have no leg to stand on.
Yeah, I would be inclined to believe on the answer of Chief Justice Sereno.
All right. Again, sorry. Again, we need to go on a break, but this. Didn't you allow a fishing expedition to occur here because there was no authentic record of personal knowledge coming from Attorney Gadon that it had to take an Associate Justice Teresita De Castro that you guys had to invite to the hearing?
There were authentic records because these documents were attached in the complaint.
Pero kulang.
It's only Justice De Castro that clarified. That's why it could have been different if Chief Justice Sereno is...
The Supreme Court and bank releases those authentic documents.
All right, again, we'll be taking a short break. This is a SARS on CNN Philippines. Still to come, after Associate Justice Teresita De Castro appeared at the House hearing, is there a need for other justices to attend succeeding impeachment hearings as well? Congressmen Leachon and Henry Oaminal will still be with us after the break. Please stay tuned. Commercial break. So that's clear na to the both of you.
Sa akin, nagbabago yung pananaw ko.
Ako, kung tatanungin mo dati, kahit paano, wala naman. Sabi ko nga, kaya lang, iba yung nagsasalita sila. Titingnan pa natin kay Noel Dihan pag sinabi niya yung tungkol sa mauti. Iba pa yun. Mabigat yun.
Manipulation of the clustering.
Kasi yung clustering pa. Yun sa mauti, mabigat na rin eh.
Sa akin, before Justice De Castro, walang kwenta to sa akin yung RCOW. Pero nang nagsalita,
ang problema nagsasalita,
it will affect my...
Nag-i-issue siya ng resolution na walang raffling.
No, but Congresswoman Gwen Garcia kind of cleared that up, that there were two elements in the TRO. Parang expedient urgency and recess. Di ba?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about the TRO next, and then Congressman Rocamora's questioning her on
the motive.
Yeah, look, he never really got there kasi lahat kayo point of order.
Ay, mahirap yun kasi bihira mong mapapunta ang co-equal branch of government.
You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guests today, Representatives Henry Oaminal and Leachon. Let's talk about the TRO. I wish we had more time with our no? But TRO naman. Justice Teresita De Castro saying that basically the Chief Justice altered is probably the right word, her draft recommendation of the TRO on the senior citizen party list group. Okay. Now, Congresswoman Gwen Garcia also said there were two elements here, urgency and naka-recess. So, ang nangyari ho, ang kinukwento, just to give the viewers a brief background, it was raffled, napunta kay
Justice De Castro.
Justice De Castro. Tapos may binigay siyang recommendation na senior citizens lang, pero the scope was widened by the Chief Justice. Is there anything wrong with that, Congressman Leachon?
Well, I have yet to look into the internal rules because there are opposing views. Of course, as per verified answer of the Chief Justice and per the statements of the spokesperson, that it is merely recommendatory and the Chief Justice can alter, modify, accept. Yeah, but then on the other hand, as per allegation of Associate Justice Teresita De Castro, that's why it was raffled, and the recommendation of a member of the division is very particular that she or he should be the one to make the recommendations. Now, the problem here is that I was to ask Associate Justice yesterday, would it be different really if, because according to her, the resolution says, upon the recommendation of the member
in charge,
I am issuing this one. The problem with that, it was not her recommendation.
It was just a part, hindi ho ba? It's still, I guess, sir, meron pa rin. It's still upon the recommendation of Justice De Castro, pero senior citizen party list lang.
Party list lang.
Oo, hindi lahat.
Yung concern na party list lang.
That's why Associate Justice De Castro was very unhappy with that. Kasi sabi niya, parang ba't mo pa ginagamit yung pangalan ko?
And
okay.
She should have been consulted.
So is that impeachable?
Well, it will be depending on the appreciation of each member.
I asked that clarificatory question to Justice De Castro yesterday on the meaning of draft recommendations based on the layman's interpretation that majority, if not all the interpretation of draft recommendation, it is subject to revision, adoption in toto, or disapproval by the signing authority. And Justice De Castro made a very emphatic clarification that in the practice of the Supreme Court, the member in charge making the draft recommendation is being done in consensus with the other members, so that if it will be now forwarded to the Chief Justice, it appears that it is more or less a ministerial duty of the Chief Justice. Although, hindi nakalagay yan ministerial duty, but
para unspoken.
Yes, he's duty-bound to consult the member in charge making the recommendation if ever she would like to revise this draft recommendation.
Okay.
Because there was already a process conducted by the member in charge. In that particular case, she was not consulted. The Chief Justice just immediately issued the TRO citing the name of Justice De Castro as the one making the recommendations, and it has departed from the recommendation, original draft of Justice De Castro.
But
that is actually where the alleged tampering or falsification in the said recommendation.
But the interplay thinking will be this one. If there was no consultation prior to the issuance, despite the recommendation, and there was a major or substantial deviation from the previous recommendation, there is a interplay. There will be an interplay with the provision of the Supreme Court.
Meaning?
Meaning, before the resolution or decision of the Supreme Court can be released, it should be should be reached. Particularly, Section 13 of Article 8, the decision or resolution of the Supreme Court can only be reached out or from the consultation.
In other words, they have to vote. Kailangan 3, 5, Yeah, but the question here is, it's a TRO that was of a matter of urgency. Does that change the situation?
Well, even in recess.
But they were on recess.
Well, the word is consultation. You can.
But how can you consult if they're on recess? And there are two things: recess and urgency.
There was allegation that the Associate Justice was there the whole day, waiting for the response of the Chief Justice.
And as a matter of fact, in the answer of the Chief Justice, there was that consultation that has been made by her with that of another justice, Justice Benvenido Reyes, because it was Justice Benvenido Reyes who also made a recommendation on a separate case.
Yeah. Hindi ba
But
yun-
the point of Justice Castro is that that is a separate case. You cannot include
Pinagsama
that
niya eh.
in this particular
But they're both
case. because-
TROs, weren't
but
they?
it was not the cases were not consolidated as one. So how can you enjoin or include other parties, which is not a party to the case?
Ang sabi lahat ng party list.
Para bang, to make it really basic, imbis na isa, ginawan tatlo. Parang gano'n. Imbis na isa, ginawan
Lahat
lima.
actually. Lahat actually.
Actually, lahat, yes.
Lahat.
Let's look at the answer of, the reply rather, of the lawyers of the Chief Justice. It says here, the Chief Justice gave due consideration to Justice De Castro's recommendatory action. That's what they call it. Recommendatory action. Let's move that graphics. That's not the one. And now we're going. This is it. Recommendatory action. Because, however, since Justice De Castro was merely recommending a course of action to the CJ on the proposed CRO, was merely a draft that the Chief Justice can wholly accept. Yun na nga po. Wholly. That's the question, Congressman Oaminal. Wholly accept, modify, or even reject Justice De Castro's recommendation. Does that mean she has that power to do that? Is that clear to both of you?
Well,
That was my understanding
that
before.
was my understanding.
So did that change? Why did it change?
Well, material for me is the consultation. It's a consultation.
Kasi
It's
Tama ba yan kung consultation? What is the rule? I mean,
it's provided very clear under the provision.
but they were, I guess my questions, gentlemen, is they were on recess. So how can
you
a
can call,
consultation?
you can go to the office. Supreme Court is.
Ganun ho ba? Is that how they work? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I was there. I work at the Supreme
That's
Court.
right.
The court will be in recess, but the justices are working there.
Okay, Congressman Oman.
because of the material alteration or improvement of the said recommendation, it is really but basic based on their practice. And there was even that citation of their internal roles, that there must really be consultation of the member in charge. Kasi malaki yung deviation. Well, the Chief Justice said that it is within her inherent authority, and I was asking that question to the Chief Justice, to Justice,
Hala, ikaw din, ha?
to Justice De Castro, to clarify matters, no? Kasi, as I said, ako mismo, prior to the testimony of Justice De Castro, I was inclined to take the position of the Chief Justice. But when it was clarified, it appears that there is really some act done which is not in accordance to the practice of the Supreme Court being a collegial body.
So now that I kind of understand your position, obviously, but you're still congressmen, you're not prosecutors here. No?
Yeah.
You should
We are still in the process of
judgments.
conducting preliminary
Exactly,
investigations
sir.
to determine
We'll
probable
be the one
cause.
to
But I
vote on
guess
it.
the question after that is, if there's something like this internally happen, is that, again, an impeachable offense? Again, I know you cannot answer
Yeah, we
that
can.
question just yet. We'll be taking another short break. We still have another topic to discuss after the break. Please stay tuned. My point is, with the way you guys are talking, obvious naman na nakikita niyong may mali na si Chief Justice.
Pero iba
doon.
kung ano ba talaga siya, culpable ba siya o hindi?
Yun.
May violation
Are you still deciding on that?
Yeah.
We are looking into now the definition of culpable violation of
The
the Constitution.
Constitution.
Titingnan namin.
Titingnan namin yung kabuuan.
Hindi naman pwedeng corruption yon, hindi din pwedeng other high crimes.
Bubuin mo yung 27 allegations.
Yeah, but sir, di ba pag isa lang ang
pero-
transmittable na yon, even just one, you find it.
Yeah, pero mag-iisip ko pa rin.
Pero of the
Dahil lang ba sa
27
ganito?
allegations, mayroong most serious doon yung salin.
For you.
Non-filing.
Kaya di ba AJ De Castro was saying, I gave my,
May 10
sabi niya 10
years.
years. Tapos,
Tapos wala ito.
That's pinasumang.
sana hindi na para wag na lang. Sasabihin ko na lang that Congressman Rocamora question. Wala na tayong time eh. Ganda ng discussion. Culpable violation. Kasi parang pwede ring brasuhan sa loob.
Yun sa una, yun sa Arcaw. Kasi nung pinuntahan niya, ni-ratify na. Ha? Eh, lahat kami ayaw.
Yung November
Ba't nagpalit?
27 nga.
Yung pa rin ang
Yung pilalabas niya na ratified. Dahil sumulat siya, no?
Yun sa maunti na yung pinking.
You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guests today, Representatives Oaminal and Leachon. Congressman Rocamora questioning AJ De Castro on her feeling that it was Sereno and not De Castro who was appointed as Chief Justice. You were very unhappy with this, both gentlemen. Why?
Well, as the word of the majority leader, it is unprecedented that a sitting justice will appear before the House Committee on Justice, which is a co-equal branch of government. Normally, they would not allow. And since she was there, we were very appreciative of the gesture of the Supreme Court. And it's a cordial relation that's happening. Now, if you're going, the Associate Justice was speaking on evidence, on papers, on documents, and yet somebody will ask about, so you were not appointed as a Chief Justice. You must, ang akin dating, you may have the ill feelings, that's why you're testifying.
But isn't that the obvious, sir? Na parang may pinatutungan si Congressman Rocamora with a question like that, but you didn't give him a chance.
Yun eh.
Yeah, because personal emotions, that should be set aside, because we invited the justice in order to shed light on the factual incidents that happens in the Supreme Court in order to collaborate those authentic documents submitted to us. And then we should be thankful to Justice De Castro for giving her time, although she has the right to refuse it personally.
Yeah, but she answered it, huh?
She answered it.
Yeah, sinagot niya.
I should not be ruled by emotions. And under the rules on evidence, this is the right of the witness that she should be asked only on pertinent matters relating to the fact.
Yes, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, just to be very frank about it, obviously Congressman Rocamora was trying to hit something that posibleng masama ang loob ni AJ De Castro kay Chief Justice, kaya ganito siya magsalita. That's the obvious.
Para sa akin, that's all personal.
For me, that only shows how fair is the Committee on Justice. No, that's democracy at work. So everybody's entitled to their own
So, Congressman, how important? I mean, now you're saying that nalinawan kayo with Associate Justice De Castro showing up. How important is it for both of you that the Chief Justice actually show up?
She must show up. She must show up. Because parang ano yan, ngayon, parang sa CISO, di ba, magpunta to, para mapantay lang. Kasi, sabihin na naman lawyers. Ang problema, nag-walk out pa yung lawyers. Eh, they should be there. At least they have congressman there. They have...
What? How many do they have there?
Well,
two?
More.
That's not actually the point. They can relay the questions.
Yeah, through them.
Yeah, through them. And they have the right to have that one. Okay. And now that there was a positive allegation that there was manipulation, that CJ issued a resolution. In fact, it was said by the clerk of court that it was the order of the... CJ must speak.
Congressman Oaminal, how about you?
Well, the right to appear or not to appear belongs to the Chief Justice.
Okay.
Pero sa akin, because of what was said by her colleague in the Supreme Court, mas nakakabuti sa kanya kung mag-appear siya and then give us clarificatory answers on things which were raised by in the complaint and that of Justice De Castro. So that probably it would really affect the individual votes of the members. So kung mapaliwanagan niya, baka this will not be brought to the Senate.
Yeah.
But as it goes currently, as it is going on, it appears that there are, out of the 27 allegations, which originally in my personal evaluation, ang most serious allegation there is only the Salin. But with the appearance of Justice De Castro, itong arcaw sa akin, medyo nagkakaroon na rin ng medyo vitality, in yung allegation, and including this of the alleged falsification of the TRO.
All right. I wish we had more time. So much to discuss. Anyway, continuation of the hearing is on Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll have a marathon hearing every day from Monday to Wednesday, except this coming Monday. Until the Christmas break.
So we'll be watching, sir. Gentlemen, maraming salamat and good luck, sir. Thank you. Thank you, of course, to both congressmen, and thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines. Magandang umaga.
umaga, ako si Ruth Cabal. Hatid namin ang mga balitang mahalaga sa inyo. Bahagi kayo ng talakayan dito sa Newsroom ngayon. Associate Justice Teresita de Castro tumestigo laban sa punong maestrado ng Korte Suprema. Sinagot din ang umano'y hidwaan nilang dalawa. PNP Chief Ronald de la Rosa pinagtanggol ang mga pulis sa isang drug operation sa Tondo kung saan 3 ang napatay. At problema mo ba ang iyong kapitbahay na parati na lang pumaparada sa tapat ng iyong bahay o sinakop na ang dapat sana'y daanan ng publiko? Tatalakay natin ang batas tungkol sa right of way. Sa isang pambihirang pagkakataon, tumestigo sa impeachment hearing ni Chief Justice Lourdes Sereno ang kanyang kapwa mahistrado sa Korte Suprema. Tinawag ng Kamara na most explosive witness si Associate Justice Teresita de Castro. Sa pagdinig kahapon, kinuwento ni de Castro ang mga umano'y hakbang ni Sereno na labag sa batas. Narito ang ulat ni Joyce Ilas.
Hindi raw sumasang-ayon sa constitutional authority ng Supreme Court en banc ang inilabas na administrative order ni Chief Justice Lourdes Sereno na nagtatayo ng isang Judiciary Decentralized Office o JDO. Ito ang paliwanag ni Associate Justice Teresita de Castro nang humarap ito sa impeachment hearing noong Miyerkules. Paliwanag ni De Castro, bagamat isang collegial body ang Korte Suprema, mag-isa lang daw na pinagdesisyonan ni Sereno ang pagbubuo ng JDO at hindi na kinuha ang desisyon ng en banc.
I cannot stand idly by when the power of the Supreme Court, the collegial authority of the Supreme Court under the Constitution is being undermined.
Kwento ni De Castro, nagulat daw siya nang makatanggap ng imbitasyon mula sa opisina ni Sereno para sa muling pagbubukas ng Regional Court Administrative Office o ARCAO sa 7th Judicial Region dahil binuksan daw ito nang hindi kinokonsulta ang en banc. Tinalakay ng en banc ang issue sa isang pagpupulong at sumang-ayon ang lahat ng mga justices na nilabag nga ng administrative order ni Sereno ang constitutional authority ng en banc.
The decision of the justices was very clear. Just create a study group. And the Chief Justice even said, I will amend my administrative order.
Pero laking gulat na lamang ni De Castro nang malaman niya na imbis na sundin ang napagbotohan ng en banc, inilagay ni Sereno sa inilabas niyang resolusyon na inaprubahan daw ng en banc ang kanyang order.
I called up the clerk of court. Pwede ba makahingi ng resolution yung tungkol dun sa ARCAO na pinag-decide namin noong nakaraang Tuesday? Sabi ni Chief, babaguhin niya yung administrative order niya. Sabi ho niya, ni-ratify niyo daw eh.
Muli na namang pinag-usapan ng en banc ang issue at sa huli ay naglabas ng resolusyon na kailangan muna magtayo ng Needs Assessment Committee para pag-aralan kung dapat nga bang buksan ang ARCAO.
And this is a subtle way of overturning
Diplomatic.
instead of saying revoke.
Opo.
So
You pulled the words out of my mouth, ma'am, that it was subtly rebuking the Chief Justice.
Yes, because the court did not want to embarrass the chief.
Samantala, kinumpirma rin ni De Castro ang isa pang alegasyon ng complainant na si Larry Gadon sa kanyang impeachment complaint na di umano ay binago ni Sereno ang draft TRO na sinulat ni De Castro. Sa draft TRO kasi ni De Castro, ipinag-uutos nito ang paglalabas ng TRO laban sa diskwalifikasyon ng Senior Citizens Party List. Pero sa TRO ni Sereno, pinatitigil nito ang pagproklama ng lahat ng nanalong party list groups. Sa susunod na linggo, inaasahang babalik si De Castro kasama ang iba pang mga justices para magbigay linaw sa iba pang alegasyon laban kay Sereno. Joyce Ilas, CNN Philippines.
Pinabulaanan naman agad ng kampo ni Chief Justice Sereno ang mga paratang ni De Castro. Sa isang pahayag, giit ng mga abogado ni Sereno, pinatupad lamang ng Chief Justice ang mga nauna ng resolusyon ng Korte kaugnay sa pagbubuo ng ARCAO o Regional Court Administration Office sa Central Visayas. Anila, di ito bagong opisina at aprobado na nga raw ang budget para dito. Pinabulaanan din nila na nagkaroon ng resolusyon ng Supreme Court en banc na binabasura ang pagbubuo ng ARCAO. Samantala, giniit ng tagapagsalita ni Sereno na importante ang kredibilidad ng resource person sa pagdinig. Anila, mahalaga na hindi biased o walang interes ang testigo sa kaso. Kahapon sinagot ni De Castro ang napapabalitang rivalry o hidwaan nila ni Sereno. Matatandaan na kahit si Sereno ang pinaka-junior sa mga maestrado noong 2012, tinalo niya ang mas senior na si De Castro sa pagiging punong maestrado o Chief Justice.
Your Honor, matagal na po akong justice. 20 taon na po. wala pong karapatan ang isang tao na maging justice kung affected ng emotions. Yan ho ang isang bagay na hindi ko pinaiiral sa akin. Kasi ho, kung ganyan ako, na puro emosyon at puro feelings, dapat ho umalis ako sa husgado. Kaya ho, itong pag-appoint kay Chief Justice Sereno, ano po magagawa ko?
Ginugunita ngayong araw ang ika-154 na anibersaryo ng kapanganakan ni Andres Bonifacio, ang tinaguriang ama ng Philippine Revolution. Sa mensahe ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, hinimok niya ang mga Pilipino na isabuhay ang mga nagawa ni Bonifacio para sa bansa. Aniya si Bonifacio ang nagpasiklab sa revolusyon noon na naging daan para maging malaya ang mga Pilipino. Bilang pag-alala sa bayani, nagsagawa ng programa kanina sa Monumento Circle sa Caloocan City na dinaluhan ni Vice President Leni Robredo, Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana at iba pang opisyal. May flag raising at wreath-laying ceremony kanina sa Bonifacio Monument sa Quezon City at Tutuban sa Maynila at sa Bonifacio Shrine sa Taft Avenue sa Maynila. Samantala, magsasagawa rin ng mga kilos protesta ang ilang militanteng grupo ngayong araw para tutulan ang sinusulong na revolutionary government ng Administrasyong Duterte. Pinapaalalahanan naman ng mga motorista na umiwas sa Monumento Circle sa Caloocan City. Sarado po ito hanggang mamayang alas 9 ng gabi para magbigay daan sa mga pagtitipon ngayong Bonifacio Day. Samantala, may bagong disenyo ang 5 piso. Inilabas ito ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas kahapon. Silver na ang bagong 5 peso coin mula sa dating mapusyaw na gold. Mukha na rin ni Andres Bonifacio ang nakalagay. Sisimulang ilabas ang mga bagong 5 piso sa Disyembre. Sa ibang balita, pinagtanggol ni PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa ang mga pulis na sangkot sa isang anti-illegal drug operation sa Tondo sa Maynila na humantong sa pagkasawi ng 3 kataong dawit umano sa illegal na droga. Ayon kay De La Rosa, magaling ang pagkaka-edit sa mga security footage ng insidente na nangyari sa Barangay 19 noong October 11. Matatanda ang inilabas ito ng 4 news agency na Reuters kamakailan. Dagdag pa ng PNP Chief, kung may intensyon bang pagtakpan ng mga pulis ang nangyari, pwede naman daw sirain na lang ang mga CCTV na nakakalat sa lugar. Pero sa kabila nito, sinabi ni De La Rosa, mapapanagot ang mga pulis kung mapatunayang may mali silang nagawa.
Ang ganda pagka-edit ng video eh. At saka yung timing, bakit bumulagta? Nakita ba nila kung anong what precipitated before that natumba yun? Mahirap eh. Very suggestive na gusto talagang palabasin na pinatay, na ganito, ganon. Well, I cannot dispute. Basta sa akin lang, we will never cover up. Kung may nagawang kamalian, yung Manila, din harapin nila.
Mga balita sa labas ng bansa, mariing kinondena ng mga miyembro ng United Nations Security Council ang muli na namang pagpapakawala ng ballistic missile ng North Korea kahapon. Ayon kay U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, tila inilalapit ng North Korea ang mundo sa isang gera. Sa isang emergency meeting matapos ang missile launch, hinikayat niya ang iba't ibang bansa na putulin ang diplomatic relations o ugnayan sa Pyongyang. Kahapon sinagawa ng North Korea ang anilay pinakamalakas nilang intercontinental ballistic missile test na kaya umanong tumama sa buong Estados Unidos. At isang dating Boston Croat General naman ang patay matapos uminom ng lason habang binabasahan ng sakdal sa International Criminal Tribunal sa The Hague. Sinintensyahan si Slobodan Praljak, 72 years old, ng 20 taong pagkakakulong. Bigla niyang sinigaw ang pagtutol sa hatol laban sa kanya tsaka ininom ang laman ng isang maliit na bote. Dahilan para itigil ang court proceedings, isa si Praljak sa 6 pang iba na hinatulang guilty ng war crimes at crimes against humanity, kabilang na ang umano'y ethnic cleansing, panggagahasa at pagpatay sa libu-libong Bosnian Muslims. 2 dekada na ang nakalilipas. Kayo ay nasa newsroom ngayon sa mga kababayan natin sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Mapapanood nyo rin kami sa cnnphilippines.com at sa aming Facebook page, CNN Philippines. May mga nanonood sa atin sila Alma Aradnas Layo. Sabi niya, hello to Layo's family from Abu Dhabi. At si Bramil Basilad watching from Singapore. Silipin natin ang lagay ng trapiko sa mga oras na ito. Ito ang EDSA Guadalupe, ang lane sa kanan ay northbound kung kayo ay patungong Shaw Boulevard. Saglit lang ang inyong biyahe. Ang sa kaliwa kung kayo ay southbound papuntang Estrella at Ayala, maluwag din po ang daloy ng trapiko. Tumako naman tayo sa Skyway. Ito ang Magallanes northbound at grade. Asahan ng mabilis na biyahe paluwas ng Metro Manila. Abangan Mga serbisyong pampaganda nakatakdang patawan ng buwis o tinatawag na cosmetic tax. Nararapat nga ba ito? Mag-comment sa ating issue ngayon. At isa ka ba sa may problema sa mga daanan sa iyong ari-arian? Alamin kung ano nga ba ang sinasabi ng batas ukol sa right of way. Manatiling nakatutok sa newsroom ngayon.
One tablet of this in the morning, and then this one, 2 tablets morning, and then 2 tablets at night.
Paji Angeles is going through a routine called antiretroviral therapy, or ART. ART can slow down the progression of HIV and AIDS in a person. It also allows people living with HIV to lead productive lives.
If you take these medications regularly, your virus inside your body can be undetectable. Once you're already undetectable, the virus is untransmittable. We call it treatment as prevention.
22-year-old Jam is still wary about exposing himself to the media. He was sexually abused as a child, and this left him devastated.
Yung nag-abuse sa akin is pinsan ko, din yung mga the rest, mga kaibigan niya na, mga kababata niya.
Jam worked at a fast food chain, but his contract ended while he was a freshman college student. He turned to sex as a means to earn and support his family and education. He got clients through social media.
Inalok po ako. Tapos dahil nga wala po ako alam, sinasabi ko, sige, bahala na kayo. Basta may bayad, pupuntahan ko po yan.
That's when Jam had his journey with the virus. He never used protection and wasn't aware of HIV. He got tested on a whim during a screening activity in his school in 2016 and found out he's HIV positive. HIV and AIDS advocate Mara Quesada says much of the stigma comes from labeling. That's why we need to use the term person living with HIV instead of HIV victim.
Not a victim, not just a carrier, not just suffering from HIV, but living with it. And actually being able to utilize the time that they have to contribute to effective HIV response.
Gagamitin mo yung lakas, yung pagmamahal ng mga taong nakakaintindi sa iyo, natanggap ka, nagagamitin mo yung lakas ng loob para magpatuloy at para makaligtas pa ng ibang buhay.
By taking part in her son's advocacy, Paji's mother becomes a parent to others who fear coming out with their sexuality or HIV status. She also has an encouragement for parents.
Gusto kong sabihin sa mga magulang, wag. Hindi dapat Hindi nyo dapat pagalitan. Hindi nyo dapat kasi hindi naman nila gusto yung nangyari. Biktima sila di ba?
For Paji, the message of a Brazilian advocacy group on the fight to stop the spread of HIV and AIDS says it all.
How do we end the epidemic? It says here, if prejudice is an illness, information is the cure.
Mitzi Borromeo, CNN Philippines.
I forgot. Parang, property na mag-asawa.
Okay.
Conjugal.
So FB Live tayo. Hello kanila Reynaldo Dulay watching from Saudi Arabia, si Pascual Ryan, Joy Clark Cabargada, Emma Arce. Maganda yung topic natin for our talakayan tungkol to sa road right of way. Yan, yung may mga problema sa mga parking or yung mga daanan sa harap ng bahay nyo. I-discuss natin yan. Kung may questions kayo about it, pwede kayong maglagay dito sa ating Facebook Live. Yung issue natin ngayon, gusto namin malaman kung anong saloobin nyo dun sa cosmetics tax. Actually, yung initial sa Senate version 20%, yung mga retoke, mga nose lift, mga ganyan, gustong lagyan ng tax. Pero sabi, nagbabayad na kasi sila ngayon, may existing taxes na sila. So, ang naging debate, wag nang bigyan ng tax, additional tax. But in the end, nagkasundo yung mga senador na 10% cosmetic tax. But that is not in the version of the House. So, tingin nyo ba dapat ipasa nilang version, lagyan ng cosmetic tax? Kasi yung sinasabi ni Senator Drilon, usually, mga may kaya naman daw ang gumagawa ng cosmetic tax. So, ba't hindi na lang sila patawan ng additional tax for that? So, pwede kayong mag-comment kung pabor ba kayo doon sa lagyan ng 10% additional cosmetic tax. Aside from that, yun nga, baka may gusto kayong itanong sa ating si Attorney Mark Tolentino, ASEC Mark Tolentino, na pala siya ngayon sa DOTR. So, kung may mga iba kayong concerns, pwede nyong ilagay dito sa ating Facebook Live. And babanggitin natin mamaya kay ASEC Mark. Ilan pa? Hello also kay Velin Akas at kay Ramil Basilad. Ito yung binanggit natin kanina. Watching from Hong Kong, si June Tormes from Qatar. Hi, Christine Ann Herrera. Ayan, si Maria Medua Bonza. Good morning daw. Happy Bonifacio Day. Happy Bonifacio Day din sa inyo. Yon, yung comment, you can write your comments about cosmetic tax. Also, baka may questions kayo, yung kunyari, ano bang sakop ng pwedeng parkingan nyo dun sa community nyo o kaya yung mga areas na pwede bang dapat may easement ba kayo na ilalagay for the sidewalk, 'di ba? May mga ganun, that's also part of the right of way, 'di ba? Oo. So, 'yun, baka may mga ganyan kayong issues sa community, sa mga komunidad nyo, pwede nyo ilagay dito yung inyong mga concerns sa ating Facebook Live para masagot yan doon sa meron nang naglagay si Tats Kitatoyo, ang tanong niya dun sa double parking daw sa subdivision nila. Kayo ay nasa newsroom ngayon, tatalakayin natin ang mga napapanahong issue na mahalaga sa inyo. Naipasa na ng Senado ang panukalang tax reform package kasama ang mga pagtataas ng buwis sa produktong petrolyo, LPG at matatamis na inumin at pagbaba naman ng income tax para sa ilang empleyado. Pero bago ito, naging mahaba at mainit ang pagtalakay ng mga senador kung dapat bang magpataw ng tax o buwis sa mga plastic surgery at body enhancement o pagreretoke, halimbawa nose lift, liposuction, breast augmentation. Gusto kasi ng ilang senador tanggalin ang panukalang 20% cosmetic tax dahil nagbabayad na naman raw ng income tax at excise tax ang mga kumpanyang gumagawa nito. Pero giit ni Senator Franklin Drilon, di naman daw patas na ang cosmetic tax na karaniwang ginagamit ng ilang may kaya ay hindi papatawan ng dagdag na buwis habang tinataasan naman ng buwis halimbawa sa produktong petrolyo na siguradong magre-resulta sa dagdag na transportation cost na papasanin lalo na ng masa. Sayang rin daw ang dagdag na pondong malilikom dito. Sa huli, nagkasundo ang mga senador sa 10% na cosmetic tax. Wala ang cosmetic tax sa bersyon ng Kamara sa tax reform program. Tingin nyo, dapat bang magkaroon ng cosmetic tax o hindi? Mag-comment sa ating issue ngayon at babasahin namin bago matapos ang programa. Kabakailan lang bininyag ng Justice Department ang halos 9 bilyong pisong right-of-way scam kung saan umano isang sindikato ang nakapagbenta sa gobyerno ng mga peking titulo para sa road right-of-way sa mga pribadong lote sa General Santos City. Ilang miyembro ng gabinete ng Administrasyong Aquino ang sinasabi pang ang dawit dito. Bilyon-bilyong piso kapalit ng karapatang makadaan sa mga pribadong lote. Pero ang isyong ito ng road right-of-way, karaniwan ding pinag-aawayan ng mga magkakapitbahay, lalo na pagdating sa parking o daanan sa mga bangketa. Para po maliwanagan tayo tungkol sa sinasaadang batas tungkol sa right-of-way, kasama natin ngayon si Attorney at ngayon DOTR pala, Assistant Secretary na si Mark Tolentino. Magandang umaga po, ASEC Mark.
Yes, good morning, Miss Truth, and sa lahat po ng mga televiewers natin sa CNN.
Okay, ASEC Mark, ano ba ang sakop ng road right-of-way?
Yung right-of-way kasi is actually, that is one kind of easement. We say easement, limitation yan ng karapatan over the property.
Okay.
So, we say easement, kailangan siya, yung property mo, surrounded by other properties. And kailangan yung, if you demand right-of-way, kailangan less prejudicial. We say less prejudicial, kailangan less damage on the part of the servient estate. Less damage and kailangan na yung property mo, we say yung weed mo, kailangan depende lang sa needs mo.
Okay.
So you cannot demand and kailangan yung enclosure mo is not due to your action. If you're the owner, kung bumili ka ng lupa, then yung lupa mo is nasa gitna, you cannot demand right of way. Kailangan yung pag-enclose ng property, walang outlet sa public highway.
Okay.
So yeah,
kasi
you can demand.
bilang isang public highway nga
So
siya.
it means you cannot demand na, for example, gusto kong dumaan dyan, hindi pwedeng ganyan.
Na ako lang ang pwedeng dumaan dyan.
Hindi pwedeng ganon. So you say, outlet, wala nang ibang outlet kung hindi kailangan talaga bigyan ng right of way. Kung may ibang way, you cannot demand for right of way.
Hindi, katulad nito yung sinasabing nangyari for the government, nagbayad for right of way. Karaniwan, di ba, minsan pag may mga project sa doon kinukuha yan.
Iba yun. Iba yung right of way sa government.
Okay,
kasi we're talking that of expropriation.
Inaari
so you say expropriation, kinukuha ng government yung private property for public use, but kailangan bayaran ng just compensation.
Okay, pero itong mga issue sa mga bahay po, Meron bang kunyari 100 meters hanggang doon lang pag-aari mo? May ganun bang...
You cannot demand. For
Okay.
example, yung right of way, kailangan less prejudicial. For example, may property ka, then yung gusto mong dumaan dyan, you cannot demand na dadaan dyan kung may ibang way. Kailangan kasi na you can only demand right of way kung less prejudicial sa ibang owner. So kung for example, gusto kang dumaan sa malapit, you cannot demand that kung may ibang way na pwede kang dumaan.
Pero yung sa harap ng bahay mo, yung mga ganong issue, meron ba yun? Na kunyari 100 meters sa harap ng bahay mo?
Actually,
Okay.
that is under the ordinance yan. Ordinance
Okay.
yan ng city or barangay.
So wala siya
Iba-iba
talagang
yun.
standard
Yes,
na
yes,
ano.
wala
But that's
ganun.
also right of way.
Right of way
That's also
din
an
yan.
issue
So
of
under
right
the
of way.
building code
Okay.
and under the city ordinance, mga zoning ordinance yan.
So iba-iba siya depende
Iba-iba
sa
yun.
city or sa ano. Kasi yung sinasabi ko nga parang dun sa area namin sa Quezon City, sabi ng barangay namin, hindi pag-aari nung kunyari kung nasa tapat mo yung bakanting lote, pwedeng mag-park, hindi pag-aari nung bahay dun sa tapat, tama?
Anybody can park there.
Yeah,
For example,
oo.
mag-away kayo, magkakapitbahay, ang anong unang gagawin mo? You can go to the barangay. Ang unang gagawin mo is, kasi yung purpose ng barangay is settlement. Kung hindi kayo makipag-settle doon, the barangay will issue a certificate to file action and pwede kang mag-file ng kaso to exercise your right of way. If you want to exercise your right of way, kailangan mo i-comply yung mga requirement. Kailangan, una, yung property mo is surrounded by other estate.
Other houses.
Other houses. Then yung property mo, walang outlet of a public highway.
Public highway,
So,
okay.
ibig sabihin, kung may ibang outlet, you cannot demand for right of way. And pangatlo, you need to pay for indemnity. And pang-apat, yung enclosure ng property mo is not due to your action. Kung hindi, for example, may bumili sa tapat ng bahay mo, so kailangan ka mag-demand ng right of way. So yun ang mga requirements
Pero
ng right
yung
of way.
connected with this kind of problem, yung pagtotoo naman, depende rin yun sa ordinansa kung may certain areas
Yes.
dun sa...
Kasi
Oo.
in that case, for example, yung daan na yan is barangay road, so under the jurisdiction ng barangay yun. If it is a city road or a municipal road, under ng jurisdiction yan ng munisipyo or ng city hall.
Kaya merong mga roads na kahit nasa private subdivision, if it's considered a public road, bawal talaga mag-park. Parang ganun.
Under the private subdivision, kailangan ng house rules yan ng subdivision. So if you are a resident of that subdivision, you are under the rules and regulation of that subdivision.
Oo, kasi minsan, di ba, pinapa-open nila yung ibang subdivision na pwedeng daanan. Kaya lang ang problema, minsan may nakapark, tas natutow. So pwede, okay lang yun. Talagang legal naman yung
Legal yun
pagtutow
kasi
sa ganun.
that is a private property. We say private property, if you are resident of that private property, subject ka ng house rules and regulation of that property.
Yung mga nagtatanong dito, yung kanina tinanong yung mga nagdo-double park sa subdivision, sabi nga ni Tatsuki Tatoy, parang they own the entire block. Paano ganun? Pwede ba yun? Or...
For example, nag-double park sila sa isang private subdivision and yung road na yan is private road. So in that case, kailangan ka mag-file ng complaint dun sa officer ng home association ninyo. So dun
Tapos,
kayo mag-file ng
yung mga
kaso.
nagdo-double park,
Ayan,
ano?
yan.
Tapos si Marilag Bateo, sabi niya, dito sa Los Baños, walang parking area ang kikipot ng daan kasi ayaw ng road widening. Paano yung mga ganon?
Yung mga road widening, for example, yung private property, kailangan bilhin ng government yon. So, the government, kailangan may budget yun pang palakihin yung property.
O kaya ang option for the parking.
Yung parking, kung sabi ng barangay na bawal ang parking, bawal talaga ang parking.
Okay, oo.
Ganun
So,
yan.
okay. Bilang nasa DOTR na kayo, bagitin ko na lang din, kasi malaking issue yung mga aberya sa MRT,
Yes.
and you're asking for
Rails and focusing on Mindanao Railway.
Ano po yung, but anyway, ano po yung pwede niyong i-assure sa mga maraming viewers natin na sumasakay ng MRT na medyo laging nakakaranas ng aberya po?
May transition team na ngayon and under negotiation na sa mag-assume na isang service provider. So nawala na yung busan. So may under negotiation with the Sumitomo. So under I'll assure na yung public under the Duterte administration na kailangan convenient talaga.
So how soon,
yun ang commitment namin sa public.
How soon can we expect better services sa MRT?
As soon as possible yan. As of today, we're trying our best na gawin yung lahat. First, about yung accountability kasi may problema yata yung sa busan na service provider. So, yun.
Ayusin.
And pangalawa, yung tinatawag na transition team. May transition team na ngayon na we assumed yung ginagawa ng busan gagawin din under the OTR and MRT and with the assistance ng PNR, LTO, o LRT.
Okay, maraming pong salamat kay ASEC Mark Tolentino. Yung iba niyong questions, itutuloy po natin sa ating FB Live. Abangan De La Salle Green Archers wagi sa Game 2 ng UAAP Men's Basketball Finals. At Marvel fans excited na para sa Avengers Infinity War. Manatiling nakatutok sa newsroom ngayon. Sa FB Live natin, may follow-up lang si Tatsuki Tatoy. Sabi niya, yung homeowners daw nila walang pakialam. Pag gano'n, walang rules yung homeowners. Ano pwedeng
gagawin? Pupunta kayo sa HLURB.
HLURB, Housing Land, ano ba yun?
Housing and Land Use Regulatory Board sa legal office. So pag may problema kayo sa house rules ninyo, sa officers ng isang subdivision, dun kayo mag-complain. By the way, sa right of way, ang mag-demand ng right of way must be the owner of the land. So for example, you are just nag-rent ka lang dyan, for example, you are just a squatter. So ikaw mismo, nagpumunta ka lang dyan, illegal yung pag-occupy mo dyan, you cannot demand right of way. Kailangan ang mag-demand ng right of way must be the owner who has real right over the property.
Okay. Yung iba na lang, hindi. Yung iba dito mga comments na tungkol sa cosmetic surgery, ayan, kung gusto nyong mag-comment pa rin dun sa proposed cosmetic tax, pwede po kayong maglagay ng inyong comment dito. Tanong daw kailan magkakaroon ng plate number. Alam niyo ba yun? Alam niyo ba yung issue na yun? Si Richard Kalungkagin. Okay, LTO daw po yan, hindi tawag ni ASEC sa DOTR. Pero yung expected na matapos natin yung sa Sumitomo?
Sumitomo, under
next year ba yan?
So may tinatawag na under NEDA yun. So parang malaki yung project na yun eh. So 30-year program yun.
Okay na po ASEC. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kamusta doon sa mga nanonood sa Saudi Arabia, sa Jeddah, si Cyrus Laroda, si Stephen Taghap watching from Philadelphia. May mga nagko-comment na rin dito about cosmetic tax. Thank you, ASEC. Ang sinasabi po natin na cosmetic tax, hindi siya yung medical, yung sinasabi for medical purposes. Iba pa po siya kasi yung medical purposes. Siyempre, ma-justify mo naman yan na kailangan mo yan para umaling ka sa isang sakit. Ang sinasabi dito, yung cosmetic, yung talagang mga pagpapaganda. Yung nga po yung retoke, yung mga nose lift, yun yung lalagyan nila ng tax, yung mga sa derma, whatever, kung ano yung mga proseso na yan. Yung mga enhancements, ang tinatawag po na body enhancements or cosmetic surgery, ibig sabihin yung parang pampaganda lang, hindi siya for medical issues, for medical concerns. Ay, nakaalis na Sam ko, plus sorry, hindi natin natanong yung question mo about sa mga businesses.
Last 20 seconds.
Okay. Kayo ay nasa newsroom ngayon dito sa CNN Philippines. Napuwersa ng De La Salle Green Archers ang do-or-die Game 3 sa UAAP Men's Basketball Finals. Naging emosyonal ang pagkapanalo nila laban sa Ateneo Blue Eagles sa Game 2 ng Best of 3 Series. Ang final score 92-83. Ang maaksyong bakbakan na yan, sinaksihan ni U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines, Song Kim, kasama ang ilang UAAP fans. Sabi niya sa kanyang tweet, gusto niya nang malaman kung sino ang mag-uuwi ng kampyonato ngayong taon. Samantala, gaganapin ang winner-take-all Game 3 ngayong linggo sa Araneta Coliseum. At kaunting hintay na lang para sa mga Marvel fans dyan, inilabas na kasi ang teaser trailer para sa pelikulang Avengers Infinity War. Sa mahigit 2 minutong trailer, makikita ang Avengers Squad kabilang sina Iron Man, Captain America, Thor at ang The Hulk, kasama ang iba pa nilang mga kaibigang superhero. Kakaharapin nila ang kontrabida ang si Thanos na balak wasakin ang mundo. Kasalukuyang #1 trending video yan sa YouTube na nagtala ng mahigit 25 million views. Mapapanood ang Avengers Infinity War sa May 2018. At kanina ay tinanong namin, tingin nyo ba dapat magkaroon ng cosmetic tax o hindi? Sabi ni Ada Haveliana Loredo, dapat daw hindi kasama ang reconstructive surgery tulad ng mga pasyenteng nasunog ang balat dahil sa